I've analyzed over 500 Instagram profiles over the past 2 years, and I've built a GPT that has fixed hundreds more. And today, I'm giving it to you for free. And this is the exact profile strategy that all of my clients implemented, which led to more qualified ICP followers, which led to over $500,000 in client revenue with 90% profit margins, and eventually won us the school games where we masterminded directly with Sam Evans and Alex Hormozi. And so my promise by the end of this video to you is, you will learn the exact 4-line buyer formula that has led to an increase in inbound DMs for all of my clients, my exact highlight strategy which has increased the nurturing process and fastened the sales cycle, and finally my pinned post framework which led to PIFs in the DMs. And the crazy part is, if you want all this information done for you, implemented and tailored to your exact profile in less than 60 seconds, I've created a custom free GPT for you down below. Link is in bio, it's inside my free school community. All right, let's get it. First, let me show you what a high converting profile actually looks like. So very first thing is you wanna have a verified blue check mark. It's like, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks a month. Not that crazy, but it immediately increases any sort of warm outreach you do to your prospects. Now, the next thing they'll notice is the next line below, which is your name, right? If you just have your name without any sort of social proof or any credibility or any sort of SEO keywords, you're missing out on conversions and you're missing out on profile visits. There's two ways you can go about it. Either you can have a SEO optimized name, such as School Games Winner or the #1 business consultant for fitness coaches, right? Or you could add a bit of humor like I did and say UK info, entirely up to you. Now, the next thing everyone will see is your bio. Now, this is super important. I will go into a lot of detail later on in the video, but for now, for some context, you can see I've tagged my consulting company, Cashflow Coaches. And now if you click on this profile, it takes you to my business page, which showcases all of my testimonials and all of my case studies of my clients. And so you can see this in your own time. We recently closed 3.5K for one of my done-for-you clients. We were on track to hit 30 to 50K this month. Another profile, we generated over 100,000 followers for one of our other clients. Someone who's looking to get systems in, I showcase that. Someone who's looking to get book calls in, I showcase that. The very first line you see already created so much authority. Understand this, your prospect clicks on your business profile and they just see 100 posts. Client wins. Undeniable proof. Genuinely speaking, who is not going to believe if you have 100, 200, 300, 500 posts on your business profile with client wins, case studies, testimonials, all real proof. The next thing I have is a 2-time School Games winner, generated over $530,000 for my clients. Social proof, credibility. I say, give you an inbound, so DM me 42 to scale your business, and then a simple link in bio where if you click on the link, it takes you to my YouTube channel where you get nurtured up with my long form. Here's a quick bonus. You can see that I created a note here saying clients on generational runs. Now, this creates a lot of FOMO, credibility, and respect with you in the industry because any one of your followers or anyone that's looking at your page can see that note and understand you are product obsessed. All you're doing here is either earning the follow or you're earning the click to your YouTube page. The final thing to know here is your highlights, right? So you can see I have client wins 1, client wins 2, client wins 3, school headquarters, testimonials. Like, no matter where you click, you're going to get nurtured up, right? You're going to see social proof. You're going to see my client results. You're going to see all of that proof. I've tagged the creators. I've tagged, the people we've helped out. You literally see their videos. You see testimonials of them live. It does not get clearer than that. And so you want to have a highlight strategy where you're showcasing yourself as an authority through your story. And I'll be honest, there's still a lot more things I need to do to my highlights, which I'll tell you in a bit, of how I can further increase my Instagram conversion. So now let's get into our buyer formula. The very first line, as I mentioned before, needs to be all about social proof, all about marking you as the authority. The best way to do this is by showing traction, results, credibility through numbers, stats, linking, your business profile, whatever that may be. And a few good examples of that would be, $2.1 million earned for clients, 8,000 leads generated in 90 days. Or it could be featured in Forbes, helped 500 founders automate growth. Or it could be, trusted by 1,200 coaches to scale past 50K a month. Or trusted by 1,200 men to lose 10 pounds in 90 days. You get the idea. And why this works is you earn the right to pitch by proving you've done it before, right? You're leading with proof. You're telling everyone, hey, this is exactly what I've achieved. I've done it for so many people, and I'm going to do the same for you. The second line is you're calling out your audience. You're calling out your ICP and you're calling out exactly how you're going to help them. And this is how you're going to do it, right? For example, I help burnt out coaches build 20K a month systems. I help scaling solo founders using the ecosystem, right? Using a branded name. And finally, another example you could say is mindset plus systems for service providers hitting 100K a month. So you're calling out your ICP alongside how you're going to help them. By the way, if you found this valuable, feel free to like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what video you want me to make next. And so line 3 is all about having a soft CTA. They could either be DMing you to work with you one-on-one or DMing you to get access to a free lead magnet. You can decide depending on the friction and your credibility and the amount of respect you have within your niche. And from there, you have warmer conversations and you kind of control the narrative with an appointment set. And then finally, you have line 4. And so the whole point of having this fourth line is you want to tease what's behind the link, right? It could either be a link to your free community or it could be a link to your YouTube channel. It has to be one of them. And the reason is because no matter whichever one they choose, they're going to get nurtured up inside your ecosystem. That's all we're doing here. For example, you could tell them to join 3,400 coaches inside completely for free. You could tell them to, watch how you got 1,700 leads in 17 days, whatever that may be. That's a YouTube video. Or you could just say, join my free school community down below. But the whole point is your link in bio should either be a link in your free school community or it should be a link to your YouTube VSL or your YouTube channel, etc. And so line 4 gives the prospect clarity. Clarity on what the link in bio is. Clarity on exactly what you're trying to do and how you're going to help them out. Now let's look at the most overlooked aspect of any profile, and that is your profile highlights. This is probably one of the most important parts of having a high converting profile, because the bio, your name, your profile picture, your verified badge, whatever, it's all about selling the click for them to follow you. But now these highlights are there to help nurture them and actually sell them. So the first part of this video was all about how to get the follower, but now the second part that we're optimizing in your profile is actually to convert them and nurture them into a customer or even a high ticket client. And so if we look at Wyatt here, for example, he has a good name, relatively good SEO, clearly mentioning he's a business coach for fitness coaches. He has an okay-ish bio, not too great. Obviously if he follows the 4-line bio formula, he's going to see a lot of good conversions. Obviously his bio is okay, not great. Obviously he can follow the 4-line bio formula that I just gave you to immediately increase his conversions. And then finally you can see he's driving traffic towards his YouTube channel. But one thing I wanted to put your attention towards is actually his highlights. Now he has a few good highlight types. For example, client wins, lifestyle, and free training. And so this is actually a very good example of someone leveraging highlights to a good standard. And let me show you what I mean. Now there are 5 main different types of highlights you need for your profile. The very first highlight is all about starting here. So I'm a new person, a new follower, a new stranger, whatever it is. You're either selling the click or you're nurturing them up. This highlight serves both purposes. And so here, you can do a quick intro, build more authority around your brand, kind of just tell people about yourself, your motivations, your aspirations, who you were, who you are now, your journey to get here, the transformation you provide, etc., etc. It's kind of like an elevator pitch to your followers. That's done. The second highlight type is results. Now, depending on B2B or B2C, I recommend having anywhere between 2 to 4 highlights for your client wins, right? So this should be testimonials, client results, case studies, client wins, right? Like as much social proof as you can possibly pack inside these highlights is super important. The results highlight is all about nurturing them up. It's all about telling them why they should trust you. It's building that authority, that credibility of you, of yourself in the industry as the person to go to when it comes to helping them out with scaling the business, losing weight, having a better dating life, whatever it may be. Finally, number 3 is all about free value. And so the whole point of having this third highlight is actually to drive traffic towards the long form and nurture them up further. And so every time I post a new YouTube video, I have a story sequence around it. And so not only does it nurture them up and creates curiosity and fear of missing out, but it also drives traffic towards my long form content where they eventually do end up clicking and actually watching the video to this full length. And what this does is it immediately decreases the sales cycle because now people are getting more nurtured up because I'm actually sharing genuine value and good content and building that goodwill with them. And that's what's the most important part. And then number 4 and number 5 is just all about your personal life, right? Like a bit of your relationships. It's optional. The fourth one especially is very optional. You don't need to do it. It's up to you. You can talk about, your personality, your personal life, your relationships, your relationship with God, yourself, your travels, what food you like, whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. It's just about showcasing the world you are a human being. That is it, literally. And the 5th one, by far one of the most important, but no one actually does this, is FAQs. Now I have something I called FAQ Fridays. Right, so every Friday I post on my story to ask me a question. And so what ends up happening is everyone asks me, their deepest, darkest fears, their concerns, their worries, what are they thinking about their coaching business, what struggles are they facing with, anything. And I literally just film content answering those questions, and it does quite a few things. Number one, it breaks limiting beliefs. It overcomes any sort of sales objections they may even have before even hopping on a call with me. And number three, it drives traffic towards either my free community or my YouTube video, right? So for example, if someone asks me, if I'm a fitness coach and doing FAQ Fridays, I say, ask me a question. One of the questions is, Ansh, how do I lose weight, or how do I bench 225, whatever the hell it may be. You can film a video on your story answering that question and literally just break down, a 3-day plan or a 5-day workout routine or a 5-day diet plan. And you can say, by the way, if you want to kind of accelerate this process, I've made an entire video down below. Just comment the word fit and I'll send that video across to you. And so now you get an inbound lead who's highly engaged, highly nurtured, because you just made a video directly talking to them, and they're going to comment you the word fit just because they want that diet plan. And now they're in their ecosystem. And you're going to get so many prospects, so many leads who think exactly like that person, and they're also going to comment fit. And so now you're building a compounding machine where over a 3-month period, a 6-month period, you have a library of all of these FAQs you've answered, and all of them either break limiting beliefs, establish trust, or drive traffic towards your YouTube or your free community. There you go. They're inside your ecosystem. Now, the next thing to go through is obviously your pinned posts, right? So how do you have good pinned posts? Now, this one's very straightforward. One of them needs to be about your story, about you and your transformation and how you got there, right? So your unique background, your credentials. And so for example, for me, it's probably my school community post, right? Like I won the school games and I kind of showcased how I did that. And you can see my entire journey, even in the description and the caption that I have. You can actually read it, you can swipe on the carousel post, and you can have that relationship with me in terms of understanding my credibility as a school games winner and also where I was before I began. Like for example, I won the school games beating 87,000 communities with 327 followers. And so that establishes credibility. Next one, you want to have some sort of social proof. And this is just basically going to be showcasing people that, hey, I've delivered results for so many people, and I just have a pinned post around that. So if you actually look at this, if you look at my profile, I have it pinned on my reels and a pinned on my profile, and you can actually see all of my client testimonials into like one massive, testimonial video, kind of just with very nice editing, just showcasing the results I've gotten. And they all have massive amounts of followings, all have different sort of pain points, different problems. And, having the testimonial video where you're showcasing yourself as the guy and they're literally calling you out by name. And so that video would establish yourself as a massive authority in the space because number one, it's very, very hard to fake that. And number two, they're literally calling you out by name. It doesn't get better than that. And then finally, the third kind of pin post you need is some sort of value bomb. Now, this could be either a transformation, again, you want to show, up to you, or could be a value bomb, kind of just showcasing your unique mechanism. So my unique mechanism in my consulting company that we implement for all of our clients is the cash flow flywheel. And so every time I post a video about it on Instagram Reels or on YouTube, and someone asks me, hey Ansh, what is this cash flow flywheel exactly? Either I direct them towards my YouTube video or I direct them towards this pin post. And so no matter what channel they're on, they're always going to understand and educate themselves on my unique mechanism. That is a pin post strategy. And so if you want to optimize your own profile in less than 60 seconds, feel free to join my free school community down below, link in bio, and click on the Profile Profit Machine. Now this will give you two things. Number one, it will give you access to my GPT, which as promised, will optimize your social media profiles, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, you name it, in less than 60 seconds. And the second thing you get access to is my entire A to Z guide on high converting social media profiles. So you get access to this entire thing completely for free. And for those of you sticking around, feel free to DM me Galaxy either on Instagram or on school if you want access to the Authority Playbook, which is my entire DM setting script that you would need to convert followers into high-ticket clients. For those of you who want to work directly one-on-one with me, as long as you have expertise and some clients through the door, feel free to book a call with me down below, link is in the description. And on the call, I'll personally identify any bottlenecks, go through how you can go about solving them, and actually give you an entire customized game plan on how you can implement our cash flow flywheel that's generated us over $500,000 in client revenue with 90% profit margins and actually won us the school games within 9 months. I'll see you there. Stay blessed.